going to give a quick introduction to Luvsurf skates. The surf skates are divided there's 6 different models divided in 3 categories. The first category is the classics, and the classics are called so because of the rocker of the deck and the concave. They're kind of a classic rocker that you would have seen in the 70s and 80s with a slight kick tail and a shallow concave. The first one is the round-nosed fish. The graphics are right off of a real surfboard. We shot photos and put it on the deck. It's got the wing swallow, die-cut grip tape. It's 28 inches long, designed to be able to fit in an overhead container on an airplane, so you can carry it with you to the airport, or for kids to put it in their locker at school. Comes with reverse axle kingpin trucks, 45-degree angle, so they're really good for carving. And a wheel that I designed, black sheeps. This is a black sheep wheel because it's unlike any other wheel. It's 50% carving grip wheel and 50% grip wheel. It's got a bevel on the inside edge, which makes it so you can still go up and grind and not hang up on the so it's got a high-performance inner part of the wheel and a soft, hard edge grippy on the outside, 62 millimeters. We call them the black sheep. The actual samples will have the graphics on them. These are really early. And that's the round-nosed fish, Lost Classic. The second board from the Classic series is the Rocket, everybody's favorite board this year. It's got the template. All these boards, the round-nosed fish, the Rocket, all the models are designed in the same CNC program that I designed all the surfboards in. The outlines, the rockers, the concaves, we designed it all. So they're legitimate replicas inspired by the models. Same die-cut grip tape, rocket tail, graphics photographed right off of a real Rocket surfboard. Same 45-degree angle trucks, black sheep wheels, and this one here inspired by the board shorts, the bottle rocket. It's got a bottle opener built into the bottom. In production, we're going to move the MAYHEM up so it won't be covered by the trucks. And that's the Rocket. The second series is the full rocker series, and these boards features 2 boards, the pelagic and the blunt. The blunt is based off of a board we've been working on in 2009 for the surfboards. It's a really wide, round, elliptical board, but it still has a good amount of rocker, you know. And it's become my favorite board, and we've been making them for a lot of the hot shots. It's going to be a big model for 010 for surfboards. So this is the blunt. This thing's 30 inches long, but it's almost 12 inches wide. It's designed primarily, you can ride it barefoot. You know, your whole foot fits on it. It's got a deep, bowled out concave. And what's unique about this board, these 2 boards, is they have a continuous rocker throughout the board, like a surfboard. The whole board bends in one continuous curve. We have an extra riser in the nose to lift it up, and a small one in the back, so it rides kind of lifted up like a surfboard instead of kind of sagging down. It fits the rocker and holds it. Really fun board to ride barefoot, down to the beach and back, you know, wet feet and all that. And this is the blunt. It features the big fatty smoking blunt graphics, zigzag. It's got wider trucks, 10-inch carving trucks, and it's got our second wheels. They're called Scorchers. These are a true downhill, like street carving wheel with hard edges on the inside and the outside, really hollowed out so you get flex, which gives grip, and a really gummy outer edge grip by hollowing it all out in here. This is 66 millimeter Scorchers. The actual salesman samples and in production will have the logos in here. It's called Scorchers. And that's the blunt. Probably the most unique board in the line. There's nothing else in the market quite like it. A lot of fun. Surfers get it. This is the pelagic. Probably the most radical outline in the collection. This is based on an experimental board I've been making for me and my friends here. We haven't actually put it in the line yet, surfboard-wise. But it's got side cut in the outline. We've been playing with surfboards that have side cut in the outline. Kind of like in snowboard influence. I didn't quite get the surfboard right in time for the 2010 line, but the skateboard got made. It's got a super swallowtail, side cut outline, the same continuous rocker mold as the blunt, with a flip in the nose, deep fish bowl. This board feels really good under your feet. This board you can ride like parks and pools like a performance skateboard. You know, it's kind of a fancy looking, like a mid-80s kind of vert board that a lot of us in our 35 to 45-year-old guys remember. This board, because it is such a good board for performance skating, grinding, and riding ramps, we put the black sheep on it, so it's the crossover black sheep wheels. And in production, I think in the catalog, the blunt's going to come with fluorescent blue scorchers, not white scorchers. We're going to have 2 colors of black sheep and 2 colors of scorchers, but these first samples we only have black and white. So that's the blunt and the pelagic, and those are the rocker series. The third and final group of our first line of skateboards is the Flex Camber group, and these ones start off as the Scorcher, which is based off the outline of the new Colote Andino model. This is our most popular custom order kind of little contest board the last year with all the young kids, hot shot surfers. And this board, you know, has the bump outline and kind of a pulled-in nose, resembles, you know, the Scorcher outline of the surfboard. All the boards have the die-cut grip tape with the logos. Couple notes in production: the rings on the planet will be like twice as thick, so they don't peel up too easy. There's notes talking about the changes and details of all the stuff that will accompany this. But the Scorcher, the Mayhem will be up higher, has the Scorcher logo, the Mayhem arch over the wheels. It comes with the Scorcher's wheels and the Scorcher deck. And the most notable thing is it has a camber through the middle and then a slight rocker in the tail. And this one has just a touch of a lift in the nose. It's a 38-inch cruiser. And, you know, when you have the camber, you can flex, and you flex and pump, and it turns. So it gives quite a ride. By putting the camber into the deck, you don't need to go thicker. So you can get a nice flexy snapback ride. Really fun. The board is the minigun. 44-inch minigun with Scorcher's wheels. And the Roy Gonzalez Frankie artwork, 44 inches by 9.5. Got camber through the middle, reverse camber for pumping. Got kick in the nose, little surf look, and a rolled kick tail. All the rockers I designed in my CAD program from surfboards, and instead of like a beveled kick in the tail, they all have like a real elliptical rockers that kind of mimic surfboards with continuous curves rather than like kinks like a high performance or typical skateboard that you'd see from skate companies. And they all come with these reverse kingpin trucks. Some are the narrower, some are wider depending on the board. The samples we're sending are a matte finish, a raw, but in production they're going to be a chrome polished finish, and I sent one set with your samples to Europe of the chrome truck to show what the final product will be. That's really about it. Check out the video of us cutting them out and designing all the decks at the factory here in Newport Beach.